Hello, traders. Welcome to the live stream where Bitcoin has recovered a little bit, hence the thumbnail. And the collective equities market didn't do too hot today. You had pretty much 5-week lows on the close for the futures, U.S. futures. We'll look at that, and we'll discuss. Right, what was happening on Bitcoin yesterday? It was at near an inflection point, inflection zone, very critical, not much left below that. What was Solana doing? Hitting a key level from history that had been tested a million times as support, reversed there. Ethereum was hitting that 3,000 level. And it just would have been the least surprising thing in the world if maybe some sort of little relief rally or some bidding came in, and that's exactly what happened on those. We'll take a look at them. Hope you're having a good evening. The sun has gone down. I like it when it goes down early for streaming purposes because it's so bright in here. All right, let's get started with Bitcoin. Off its highs of the day, but as you can see, the culmination of the fear took us to $89,200 last night. That again, to lose this level for real is very, very bad. History shows you the consequences. Typically what happens below 91.9, 92K. Let's just say, yeah, 92K. 91 would be the bottom of the zone. There are just so many different little tests and touches around here. It's just a big liquidity zone. So it's cool to see buyers defend it. It looks like with 46 minutes to go till the daily close, that's going to be confirmed defended unless something really bad happens. And who knows, in Power Hour, we've seen the worst, we've seen the best. But we'll just keep monitoring it and assess the rest of the market. Where, yeah, NVIDIA, man, closed down almost 3% down after hours. You gotta wonder if they're gonna be able to hold the support that I'll look at in a sec. All right, so 4 hour, you can see above my head, a little bit more price action, a few more candles. No forms of confirmation at all, right? Just one rally to recapture, and that's about it. Nothing spectacular, nothing special, no edge right now. It's just, this is typically the type of stuff that happens around at these liquidity zones, all right? These support resistances. Just like we saw at 99K, just we saw at 107, 108, 109, same type of stuff. So typical, nothing crazy. All right, one thing I want to do, I tweeted about this and just wanted to, for people that don't have Twitter, I wanted to look at this channel. This is, of course, up for debate. It's nuanced. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing certain at all, but it is interesting. All right, this is the weekly time scale. Each candle you see on the chart represents 7 days, okay, each candle. And I have drawn an equidistant channel. Typically, I'm only using those for long, extended rallies, uptrends. You get more respect on the equidistant lines, the inner equidistant lines, the teal lines you see. It's a little bit more of a complex parallel channel tool. Again, it's not for like constructing trading plans, really. It's not meant for taking action on. It's, again, I typically am trying to draw these channels to conceptualize the trend you're in. And it is just interesting to see the original anchor points on the bottom side of this channel. Anchor point 1 that stems back to November 2022. 3 years ago, bro, the bottom was being put in. We didn't really know. People were calling for 10K when we were at 15.5, but no one in the world knew that 15.5 was it. And then the second anchor point was in September 2023, October 2023. There was definitely some sort of 3 rising valleys, I remember, on the 4, 8, 12-hour time scale here. I remember being in Manhattan, on Wall Street, New York Stock Exchange, right before I left, the day before the pump began, and little did we know it was going to turn into a rally to 73,000 at the end. So anyway, anchor point on the top, just going to be that March 2024 high, pretty much close enough to a test December of last year. Okay, and so you can just see where we have finally hit. We have finally hit this bottom threshold of this mega trend, this multi-year uptrend, all right? And it doesn't mean that it has to hold here or that I'm making a call that it's going to hold, right? I'm just showing you
what's up, man? How you doing?
Technical
Can
analysis.
We look at Momo make or break level daily/weekly? Thank you.
Oh, one sec. Someone tipped. Oh, yeah. Someone tipped before the stream started, too. Jesus chimes were. Oh, Gummy, dude. Thanks so much for contributing to the stream 41 minutes ago. Let me see if I can replay it. Maybe it'll work.
Hey, Mitch. Can we take a look at BTQ? Entire chart is Gartley type. Too much love.
What's up, Gummy, man? Thank you, dude, for the extremely early contribution. BTQ, we'll look at it. Thank you. The 2168. 2618 or 2168. All right. Yeah. So it's that demand line in long scale, along with a horizontal line support. A little help there. The swing low that we are looking at, you know, above my head. We just looked at on the daily. It's just real. And then also log scale Fibonacciing from the major previous discernible swing low, right, from that tariff crash correction low to the all-time high. You have a 618. You have a golden retrace confluent with the horizontal line and the upsloping support. So X marks the spot with confluence right here in the low 90s. I mean, pretty much $90,000, $91,000. There you go. So that's like the argument for maybe it's not like literally collapsing to 78K immediately. This could just be an argument that quite possibly, even if we were screwed, this is maybe where some consolidation might begin on Bitcoin. Like some chop, a huge bear flag, whatever it is, consolidation maybe could be at this level. So just wanted to bring that up briefly for you, provide you with some, I don't know, some lines here. Holy crap, this is not, you know, the main aspect of this channel. We're looking for setups where we can abide by the framework, confirmation lows, divergencies, harmonics, structures, all that. There's no real structure on Bitcoin right now. None. That's okay. All right. We can move on. Sorry. Let's go to Ethereum. Yeah, why not? Ethereum up 2.78%. There you have it, right? A 1618 of the bullish butterfly. I mean, that is literally confluent with the horizontal line support resistance. It bounced, but that's not a reaction. Remember, definitively a reaction is a discernible rally that occurs at the pattern completion zone, the zone, right? Not the price reversal zone, to where you would have to have some sort of ability to Fibonacci from the high point of the structure to the low point to get some sort of 382 to 618. You'd need more to be able to say a type 1 reaction is valid here. I think it's just too premature to say. They take this up and then back down, and then we could talk about maybe a type 2 return. Someone would say, well, this was the type 1 reaction, maybe, but yeah, it never did hit. I mean, it's a butterfly, so it could have been, but you do have like this, which is very real. I mean, this is the daily, it's not a joke, and they are trying to, like, you're just starting to get the early signs, maybe, just maybe, that there is a little bit of seller exhaustion at a key support at the completion of a bearish wave structure. So it's just like a candidate area for maybe consolidation, reflexive rallies, maybe. Trend's pretty bad right now, but that's where we're at, right? It looked miserable up here, dude. There was no argument. It looked like things were going lower. It looked like we were screwed. And guess what? Given enough time, we got to the levels where, hey, maybe a short-term reversal could occur here. got a little divergence. Yeah, the M shape's completing. You're at supports. If they could take it even lower, we know the harmonic optimum price is around the 192, around 2800. They could lose the level and hold and recapture it and continue to hold it, and that'd be fine too. But it's just something to think about. Like, this is that was a large wave down. I mean, come on, dude. Since that was identified, that C point, I mean, Ethereum went down 31% in 3 effing weeks, dude. Yeah, typically after 31% corrections, depreciation in value in a few weeks, yeah, you can get little rallies, dude, and it's not a big deal. It doesn't reverse the trend or anything. It's just sellers can get a little tired, all right? And we're just, maybe that's what's going on. We can look at XRP up 2.43%. It was up more. You know, again, like, the problem with this is there isn't really a major level. I guess someone could come in here and be like, bro, let's just look left a little bit and see. I mean, there are possibly some. Let's just look here. There's a candle close here, candle high. There might be. Someone could argue that reversals have occurred around this level, 214. Okay, you could say that, maybe. But majorly, nah, right? Candle close, they still wicked it down. So, I don't like XRP as much as I would maybe Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, because they're undoubtedly at major inflection points where you got to maybe second guess yourself on this. But anyway, you are maybe showing a low, a slightly lower low, and then a slightly lower low again. And you are showing that characteristic on the MACD histogram of a low, a lower low, a slightly lower low, lower levels of negative momentum every time. You are starting to be able to say with the low, the slightly lower low, I mean, you got that divergence continuing on the RSI, and they are recapturing neutral on the daily. So again, you just might you're kind of starting to show evidence of seller exhaustion. Have I said that? Have I been saying that at all the past few weeks? No, absolutely not. It has not existed. It has been bad. Verbatim. Momentum in the hands of the sellers on altcoins for sure, for weeks. And now we're getting to a point where you're seeing the sellers try and really try again. And you're seeing the oscillators line up that's indicating that there could be some sort of short-term reversal to the upside because the sellers are exhausted. They might relent for a little bit and the buyers might take over. But I haven't said that at all in the past few weeks. It's been terrible. And now maybe a glimmer of hope for a little bit. Okay, so just something to think about. I mean, they've been really trying. These sellers have been trying, man. But hitting brick walls right now. The next brick wall, which is perfect. All right, Solana up almost 8%. Come on, bro. Go to the stream yesterday. Where was this asset trading at? The harmonic optimum price of the bullish deep crab. It was just there. It was. And it was also at the key 130 level. So what a freaking candle today, where they tested again at the bottom and rallied this. It was outperforming Bitcoin when Bitcoin was making its lowest levels since April. Solana was holding up. So again, this is just a level historically where major reversals, reactions have occurred before. Can't be that surprised after the asset lost 38% of its value in 3 weeks. Can't be too surprised if some bids maybe just happen to come in at the next support. And that's it. It hasn't really done much. I mean, it's like an engulfing candle in the making, 34 minutes till it's confirmed. But yeah, you were just getting long in the tooth of the impulse of the wave down. And we use Fibonacci and wave structures to sometimes help us gauge when those impulses are getting longer in the tooth and maybe will subside for a little bit. You might get smaller waves up. I remember specifically saying you could take it down to these levels and eventually get something like this. And that wouldn't be weird at all. It would be so normal. Anyway, that's kind of your update on your cryptos. I mean, oh, we can look Binance Coin, dude. Who cares about Binance Coin, man? All right, Binance Coin, they're holding up here. Yeah, I mean, they are to look, dude, its own level. The August 22nd, $900 swing high. They're trying to defend it once and now twice. They're engulfing. You do have, look, man, I mean, it's just there. Like, I don't know if it's going to play out, okay? I'm not acting like I know. I'm not making calls. I'm just saying, like, hey, here's a low. Here's literally the exact same low on price at that $900 level, and it's a slightly higher level of relative strength, indicating that's like Class B bullish divergence. You're looking at that. Still in the bearish control zone, but not by much. Okay, maybe a short-term relief rally could be impending here. You haven't seen positive momentum on BNB since October 14th, so we're talking over a month, man. So, wow, can you be that surprised? They hold it up here maybe a little bit. Okay, so in midterm downtrend for now, but getting long in tooth of losses.
Hey Mitch, another check on Link would be appreciated.
Yeah, Chainlink also hit a support, hit an 88% retrace from its major low to high. Yeah. You can be in downtrends. Sellers can get exhausted after destroying the price. They can get exhausted at supports, and they can relent for a while, and you get reflexive rallies. We could be looking at a reflexive rally on maybe Bitcoin and the alts, but it doesn't mean you have much of an edge, really. The stronger long, if you want to long something, I mean, even if, like, let's just say the bottom's in, oh my God, dude, it's in on Ethereum or something. You still want, like, strong forms of confirmation, but maybe someone could be like, it's a low, it's a slightly lower low, it's a confirmation low. You want evidence of accumulation. You want evidence of more than before. You want higher highs, higher lows. Like any rally, if you were lucky enough to get one, you would want a higher high to come in than 36.58. Then a sell-off happens. You would then want a higher low than the previous discernible swing low that's being put in, hopefully. And then you would want a higher high than higher low. Then all of a sudden we can start discussing accumulation signatures developing. You don't have any accumulation signatures right now. None. The only argument you have is maybe sellers are a little exhausted. And that's okay. People can make money on exhaustion setups, but the rallies or the setups that I think have the most staying power are the ones where accumulation becomes evident first. Typically, you'll go exhaustion into momentum shift into accumulation. Strong, I mean, you could have, like, it's from weak to strongest. I mean, I'm not saying exhaustion trade is weak. I'm just saying, like, the potential for the more significant rally, I don't think comes off exhaustion. Sometimes you can luck out, like Tilray did it. Tilray was straight up exhaustion in the middle of nowhere. It was a 161. This is an exhaustion impulse that was crazy. It typically doesn't go like that. Typically, you know, you get reactions and then reversals and then higher lows, right? Like BABA, like down here, you know, you had the M shape developed and then accumulation signature it developed over the course of, my God, almost pretty much 200 days it took. And then the rally and all four targets got hit. So anyway, yeah, it's there are differences in reversals for sure. And I think accumulation signatures give us the highest probability of more pronounced, longer sustaining rallies, reversals. Okay. Anyway, we're just spitballing here, man. Okay, let me just talk about charts and TA and stuff, things I've learned, and maybe some of it sticks with you, maybe not, but do what I can. Let's look at the index funds, the futures. All right, new day opened 30 minutes ago. The new candle reopened. You remember, every day the futures will close for 60 minutes and then reopen. And it was, again, a 5-week low on the close. It was the lowest daily candle close we had seen on the S&P 500 futures since October 10th. If you remember October 10th, there was a massive drawdown on the stock market. That was the worst day we had seen since April, I believe. And it was also the largest liquidation event in the history of crypto. That was literal D-Day, Hiroshima, Nagasaki Day for crypto. It was the worst we've ever seen, and we may not ever see it that bad again. But okay, maybe we might. It might be 30 years. Who knows? But that was insane. So that's where we closed. And that's 4 red days in a row at this point. You know, you're losing the argument for the confirmation one low, a second low. You've lost the channel for sure. I mean, it's not even an argument. You have confirmed the lower high. I mean, you have a lower high than the highest high. You're now making a lower low than the previous. Oh boy, don't you dare. Don't you start doing the lower high, lower low consecutively, because then all of a sudden we can start talking about short-term downtrends becoming confirmed. If they do rally this here, the last thing you want in your life, chat, look me in the eyes, last thing you want is a rally that manifests into another lower high. Then you would start discussing the argument for classic distribution structure, the inverse of the accumulation signatures, which we want. We want a low, a rally, another higher low, another rally with a higher high, and then another higher low. You give me that, oh my God. Someone is out there offloading their position quietly, subtly, as to not create alarm or scare anybody. They're trying to induce buying so they can offload their positions at reasonable prices before the utter resolution of that distribution structure, which is typically way lower, measured move structure, high point to pretty much low point. From the highest high to the lowest low of the structure. This will be the confirmation line. They might be working on the confirmation line. So just understand that. Like, if they begin to rally it here, do not think like we're out of the woods, we're in great shape, everything's going to be fine, dude, because we do not want a lower high. I'm telling you, dude. Just like back in 2020, before the COVID crash, I believe. No, it was before the 2022 drawdown. Last thing you want to do is rally and then just lose 4,500 and start drawing down, because then you confirm way less than before. I mean, that's like the worst thing you could ever dream of right there. Doing that was the end. I remember in April 2022. Nope, back below this level, you're confirming way less than before. We're done. We're cooked.
Fizzlebug tipped $25. Thanks for what you do. Recent events mean I have to take trading very serious now. Your streams are a gold mine and a massive help. So much value, especially for free. Appreciate it.
Fizzlebug with 2 G's. Thanks for the 25, dude, and thanks for the kind words and the feedback, all right? Yeah, I try not to paywall stuff, man. Like, I want it to be like you're the most destitute person on earth, but maybe you have a good aptitude, decent aptitude. You're at McDonald's, you're on the McDonald's free Wi-Fi, you tune in the stream, and you can just listen and hopefully learn something about technical analysis throughout the stream. One thing or another. And then you keep tuning in, and all of a sudden you've been watching a year. You know a lot more about technical analysis than you did on that humble first day on the McDonald's Wi-Fi. So, thank you, dude. All right. So, yeah, same situation. US 30, Dow Jones. Not as bad, really, because they didn't put in a lower high like the S&P and the NASDAQ did. That's the difference. But they did draw it down, and we did see the lowest price since October 16th. So 1 month lows on the Dow Jones futures, and you did certainly lose the channel yesterday, follow through today. You now have made at least a lower high, or I'm sorry, a lower low than the previous low. And there's not much support here. I mean, there really isn't true support until like 45K. But so no evidence of a trend reversal, because you just met your most recent discernible event on the chart would have been the highest high ever, and then now maybe a local lower low. All right, that's not enough. You got to have consecutive lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows before you can say trends reversing. So it's all right. It just was down 1.28%. The NASDAQ, it had already lost its channel, even augmenting the demand line. They even back tested that bearish breakdown yesterday. You caught fall through, I'm sorry, 2 days ago, and yesterday, which is 2 hours ago. 30 minutes ago, whatever. It was a 5-week lows and follow through of the bearish back test. So whatever, so you now have a high, a low, the highest high ever, the highest low ever, a lower high, now a slightly lower low. So the last thing you want is to see buyers come in, rally this thing higher, and we end up making a lower high than $25,600. You do not want that. So if we do begin to rally, which we could very well begin to start rallying, that's something to look out for and to not fall for it. Just in case, man. I'm not trying to say the top is in. I'm just saying don't get screwed by those that are trying to induce buying. They want to sell to you after a 1.618 golden mean ratio was achieved, after a godlike run where I don't even know how you didn't make money during this run this summer. Just don't be fooled by any rally that concludes lower than, again, 25.6 to 25.7 on the NASDAQ. Okay. And I'll be here to cover it every day. I'll at least be trying, all right, man? I'll be giving updates, doing what I can to monitor that. Small caps, lowest daily candle close confirmed, really, wow, in like 7 weeks. And unfortunately, yikes, 2 days ago, we lost a key 2368 support. Very bad. That's an old all-time high from March 2021. And then yesterday, they rallied and confirmed it as resistance and closed near the open. And that's it so far. So nothing great here. I mean, below 2368, you got to be a little cautious due to the lack of liquidity. I think maybe 2300 might be your last stand. If you lose that, 2150 will be on deck. So, but what a run, man. It's been such a good run and channel where they finally lost a channel. You finally lost some horizontal line support. It's important. And they did, right? I mean, that is some serious momentum shifting to a degree. You don't have to say it's a head and shoulders, but you can see the high, the higher high, highest, or the higher high and the highest high, and all of a sudden lower high, bearish back test of old all-time high from 2021, 2464, and then the fall through. I mean, they definitely rounded it out, didn't they? Now it's resolving some. So, okay. Let's go to golds. Remember, gold, dude, they held $4,000. I don't know if that means much. It's a psychological level. You've never in the history of gold been up here. They haven't really correlated to it too much. I'm trying to think if they're not even, maybe this is beginning. Okay, they're like maybe they've manufactured some swing high from October 8th, swing low from October 22nd, October 31st. That's now like, oh, maybe that's a new level they've created, right? And it looks like they held it. They closed the day above it. Nice, but you just look at this and anyone could look at this and say, yep, dead cat bounce, attempted rally, failed. It's time to correct and go on a much larger wave downward. Absolutely. That's a valid idea someone could think about, they could have, but it's just not as easy. I mean, it's really hard to justify a strategic reward to risk. There is no reward to risk up here. You're paying all-time high premium. You're buying into a slightly or a much substantially lower high than the previous high. You could begin to start correcting here. It's very true, right? We look for structures at context areas. If you've been here long enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This has none of that. So, but it is just, we're monitoring it because it's the largest market cap asset in the entire world. And that's it. So it was up yesterday, 0.5%. The selling subsided for a little bit. Let's see if this 4,000 to 4,050 level holds. All right. It's pretty much flat on the new day. All right. Silver is kind of crazy. For 2 days now, 48 hours. It's a little different on silver. They are defending the old all-time high, right? April of 2011. They are defending that as that resistance is flipping to support for the first time literally ever. This has never happened before. Never. So it's a technical event going on. I don't know if it means much. I don't know if they're really going to hold it here and it's going to rally. I'm just saying, right, when they initially broke to an all-time high October 9th and 10th, there was certainly no formal back test to confirm the old resistance as support. That's for sure. What's up, Laserface?
Hi Mitch, can you take a look at IPGP on the weekly? Just started working at this place. Thanks.
$32.33 repeating, of course.
Yeah, dude. 33 repeating, of course. But yeah, it was 32. That's the Leroy Jenkins number. Thank you, dude. We can look at your new employment, Laserface. I'm surprised you're not working for Laser itself, right? LASR. I mean, you should work at the laser place if your name's Laserface. All right, so a historical event in the past 48 hours occurring on silver, despite if it means anything. Do you think it means anything, chat? Let me know. 2011 all-time high is now support 2 days in a row. And engulfed. They did engulf the previous candle. I wonder. Or no. Man bun double top. It's over. I get you too. You want to see something crazy though? Just give me a sec here. The monthly. Let me show you here. Let me show you log scale. My God, what a glorious M-shaped harmonic framework. It was godlike. Log though. What is log? You know what log is. Let me look at log, dude. I mean, it's crazy, right? I mean, it's like textbook. Let me do it. You remember gold's coupled handle? How godlike it played out? It was wonderful. It was perfect. Now we're that was from 2011, 2012. Look at this. I mean, that is ridiculous. That's like unfathomable. Like that's like there's no way. There's no way it would ever do anything. It would never play out, right? You're currently trading above. Remember, this was the Hunt brothers, right? They pushed the price up. They were big into oil, and they tried to corner the silver market, and then they lost their lives, their whole soul, all their bloodline ruined, pretty much. It was so bad, the bubble they caused, and you didn't recover. It took what? I mean, say you bought the top in 1980, January 1980. It took you 15,000 days to recover to get back to break even. So you're up 6% off those highs from that insanity, that mania. But now just log scale, it's just insane to look at. I mean, could you imagine cup with Hendelman? Well, shoot, dude. I mean, it's not fair that gold played. Its cup with handle was crazy, and we're talking that's like a way smaller cup with handle. Even though it's massive, we're talking 14-year large cup with Hendelman. Oh, Risky, we've looked at it more recently for sure, I think. Maybe not. Maybe we looked at Bitcoin. I don't know. Maybe we can look at it, but it might be insightful. Hopefully it implies that silver will begin to outperform gold. But cup with handle, man, in log scale, it played out like crazy, so why not silver's even larger cup with handle? Again, 16,000 day large pattern, possibly, that has broken out. It's in the midst of confirming it this month, right? It broke out last month, confirmed. Yeah, I guess if that's it, 1980s, the neckline, and now they're confirming it as support, the resistance as support now this month. I don't know. We'll see. It's just an idea. It's just, I mean, like, I just can't even imagine. I mean, Fibonacciing in log scale, you'd probably just do that. High point to low point, your 1272 fib extension in this situation is $96, 1414, 140, 1618, 239, $239, $96 an ounce. My God, man, that would be something would be messed up to a degree. But just I don't know, just spending a little time on that because we don't do it. Maybe I should do that. Let me see if I can XAU USD paired against XAG USD. See if that works. I mean, it's there. They got a chart for it. Let's see what's going on here.
I'm fairly certain silver might have the largest cup with handle in chart history.
Maybe.
Google or
Dude, that
GPT.
does. I mean, I don't.
Insane we get to witness it.
If it plays out, right? If we run to $96, it's confirmed it's played out, right? But yeah, the composite operator would get Hype King, I guess. XAU paired against silver. I mean, weekly's too choppy to. What happened? There we go. All we can do is look back to 1940, right? Yeah, 1940. It's a big resistance here. Overhead resistance, $97. I don't really see anything that sticks out particularly. I mean, they've been uptrending kind of. If you if this is wrong, let me know. If like XAU to the US dollar paired against XAG to the US dollar. Wait, shouldn't this be bad? Let's see. Gold paired against, or is it like XAU USD just paired against XAG maybe? It looks bad, actually. If you look at it like this, XAU to US dollar paired against just XAG, I don't like this, really, because you're kind of seeing what's happening. Like, if we're talking about the psychology of buyers and sellers. So, like, there's like a buying climax in 2015, 2016, and a big dump happened, and then a rally, and then, like, the buyers did everything they possibly could in 2019, 2020 to go rival that all-time high, but they failed, and then a sell-off occurred, and this base of buying came in right here, and then they tried again, then locally another they failed again, man, and you're marking down, and it's like, that's like, eventually buyers will just completely
Would you
relent.
believe if there's weekly bat type 2 inverse head and shoulder on ZOC?
Yeah, no, spring back test. I mean, we could talk about M shapes all day on that, but there's definitely a spring back test we could look at, dude. But I don't say this necessarily not greatest. No, that's some bad price action. So I don't know, man. This is the monthly, you know, and I could be looking at the wrong chart anyway. Oh my God, look what is that? Look at that M shape. I've never seen anything like that in my life. That looks crazy. Anyway, yeah, I don't like it, really. Failing so many times. Okay. Wow, look at the M shape we're developed. The whacked out psycho.
Could you also take a look at Brothers? Is it a cup with handle
Dutch
or is it
Bros?
too far gone? Thanks.
Lids of face. Thanks so much, dude. Again, for the
32.33 repeating, of course.
At least I have chicken.
yeah, we can certainly look at Dutch Bros. Okay. All right. Enough metals, man. Metals coming out my ears. Let's look at these Mag 7s real quick and just check on them. How they do. Let's go worst to best. You know, let's get the worst ever. Dude, Amazon literally wiped out all its gains from earnings. 30,000 laid off, and it didn't matter. And they closed it at low of day. It was disgusting. What a rout, man. From the top. It's an all-time high. New paradigm. We finally did it. Bezos can finally afford plastic surgery for his wife. We're down 14% in 15 days. That's like 1% a day. Right? The gap has filled from October 30th when they gapped this thing up 10%. It's done. Back below all key level. The overhead resistance 232, overhead resistance 241, 242. You're just, I mean, maybe they come in and put a higher low here. That's all you can pray for at this point if you're an Amazon bro. Hopefully an M shape gets painted and they put in a perfect higher low at 216 or something. But if not, my God, dude. I don't know what to tell you. It's not great. That's some nasty price action. Trading lower than it was trading at the beginning of the year. Okay, that one was down a lot. Nvidia now, second worst gainer. You're holding on by the grace of God, but that was not what we wanted to see when we got that nice green candle to recapture 183 horizontal line support resistance. and possibly the confirmation of the highest low ever. To see the past 2 days of price action that invalidated that. Now it's kind of sketch again, very sketch when you're below 183.40 and then you're negatively correlating to it. That's what happened. They opened the price of the asset virtually at it with a gap down. Intraday, they kind of filled a little bit of the gap with the wickage, and then they sold it off to go test the bottom of this little channel maybe. And then they just closed below 183.40. I think that's kind of concerning. Now, if we get some good price action in the coming days and we start rallying again, it starts becoming more discernible as a confirmation low. But now it's sketch. I think 183 is a wonderful level to conclude if we're okay or not. And if we're below 183.40, I want to wait for 183.40 to be recaptured, and then I'll feel more comfortable about the asset. And that's about how I would size up NVIDIA right now. Great trend. I mean, still possibly working on the highest lows ever, but let's just get back above 183 and we'll be all right. But until then, I'm just going to wait till that's recaptured. Okay. Microsoft, not a good day, man. I mean, that is some scary looking candle right there, isn't it? Talking about Darth Maulin. They've been Darth Maulin it all day today. The swing, what kind of volatility S is this? A 3.35% swing in price from the high to low. They opened the price of the asset at $495. They ran it all the way up to $502. It gapped down real bad, right? And they didn't fill the gap at $507.66. And then they took it as low as $486.98, and they rallied just to, my God, the closest you could ever get to breaking. So, I mean, I have this painted, this 493.71 as the weekly candle close. Let me show you here. The Eye of Sauron, the Tower of Beradur. I mean, that is fugly, man. What kind of candle is this? You are real close to Sauron returning to his former glory. You're real close. And then it would be like his all-seeing eye. Right, his cone of vision, like freaking Tom Brady, overpowered. He will see you, and he will destroy your gains. So, there you have it. The coming days are really important on Microsoft. This is a massive market driver. If you lose this level definitively, you're looking at 467.56 to go test that July 2024 old all-time high. That would be on deck. So that means like to lose this level for real, to run to the next support, you'd be talking about a 5% drawdown on an asset that is 7% of the overall weighted S&P 500. So that would not be good for index funds. That would be very bad, boys. NVIDIA below 183 with the also dumping. Oh my God, 15% of the S&P not doing well. Yeah, that would be bad for everything. So look out. Ugly stuff. All right, Tesla down 1.88%. No candle today that is of any significance. That, I mean, maybe someone could be controversial, but I'm looking at 400 to 414 as the exact same zone. And until you're recapturing 414.50, I got to be really cautious on this. It's not a good idea. Like, hey man, if we're above 414.50, there's nothing to worry about in life. We're good. That is an old all-time high from 2021 right there. You see it. Think about that, man. NVIDIA trading lower than its price at the peak of the last cycle. It's lower. I mean, that's like Ethereum vibes, bro. 4 years ago, trading lower right now. If you bought at the top 4 years ago, no money. You're losing money. Yikes. So yeah, again, this is a long-term trade setup. You know, this is a position trade. You hit one target. We were so close to target 2, but that pesky 886, that confirmation of the 886 and 465 has resolved with lower prices and a bearish breakdown below all levels that you need to be above. And until you recapture 414.50, you got to be really cautious. Let me show you another reason, you know, playing bearish advocate here. I mean, my God, dude, it's such a perfect pattern. The 886 Gartley. I mean, it's like you can't. 2 days, 22 hours, chat. We got 3 more days of trading this week on Wall Street, and they better green candle this thing. They better not keep doing what they've been doing. I don't know if you can see the shadow there, but they can't just be back testing all these key levels from history as resistance. You can't do that, man. Otherwise, a deeper retrace would be happening. I do think wherever the deeper retrace concludes, it's going to be higher than $300, but they could 886 it. The macro, I mean, if Nvidia and Microsoft break supports and all that, Tesla's not going to hold up if those do. If those dump, Tesla's going lower too. So I'd just be mindful of the harmonic that is completed and is kind of catching some reaction right now. Dang, man, we got bearish Garley on Tesla. We got Tower Better Doer, double top potentially on Microsoft. I don't know about Nvidia. Nvidia's weekly. We got anything scary going on? I mean, you could definitely say, discernibly, you tell me, man. Chat, what is that on the weekly on Nvidia? I mean, is this my opinion or is this just Wells Wilder? Do y'all know what this is? And they're both overbought, by the way. Here's a peak. Here's a higher peak. One in August and then one in October. Someone tell me what it is, just so I make sure I'm not crazy here. It's already begun to resolve, I guess, a little bit. And so, I mean, for sure, like, look at your MACD histogram as well. It's like kind of insane, isn't it? It's like one histogram peak, and then like they go higher high, and then it's like that is your positive momentum on the highest high we've ever seen. I mean, that's not good either. Yeah, and we do have Nvidia earnings report tomorrow. And before they pumped this thing to kingdom come, you know, but not really like great up here. I mean, there's just no value proposition. It's extreme premium. Weekly bearish divergence. I think certainly, whether it plays out or not, earnings is always going to be a coin flip. Whether they pump it, they dump it, whatever it is. To dump it would kill this market. That's for sure. That's one thing we do know. All right, let's look at Meta on the weekly. Oh my God. The party already started on this one, right? The Bera party. Classic distribution in the end. Resolved with the bad earnings. You know, you've been hitting your lowest level since May. You're straight down to this next support resistance that they're kind of losing. They better recapture it by the end of the week. Otherwise, the next target's like 530. So yeah, this one's already way ahead in its destruction of value. All right, Google. What a king, man. Already this week made an all-time high. But up here, no edge, no structure, just runaway freight train. What's up, Wits, dude? Thanks for the 10 super chat. All right, Google, just unstoppable.
Nvidia earnings tomorrow. What's the worst that could happen? Lowell market is cooked, chat. Risk off, flush, buy before Fed mega cuts, then moon.
Daily candle is closed. Thank you so much. Greg Pay. Thanks, dude. All right, let me look at one more. We got one more. Apple, the best performer of the day. And lately, it's been great in these very tumultuous, volatile markets. Been holding up. Last week was a record close. This week, not so much, but who cares? It's still just holding up very well above the old all-time high from December of last year. And the daily, it's what a channel, a beautiful channel. Maybe we get lucky and get 260, but kind of no real structure up here. That, you know, maybe this just a rectangle, you know, or just it might be just that. And my God, if they did that, it would be great. It's the only one that's kind of like interesting-ish. Yeah, just some slightly downsloping consolidation above an old all-time high, performing very well, with others not so much. And all right, I think Apple probably looks the best of the 7 right now, but I guess we'll see. All right, that's the Mag 7. We looked at them all now. Okay. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the semiconductors got wrecked today. Big technology. But let's just knock out this request real quick. Made a couple of them. All right, first request. Hold on. What the heck? Dang, dude. Are you kidding me? We had Moldsable. We literally, I think, I don't even know. But Chase Brown, I didn't even see your contribution. He won a Momo. He's actually the second person to request. So we'll look at BTQ first, and then we will go to Momo after that. BTQ Technologies. 25% up today. I mean, what are we going to do here? What was the question about it? Entire chart's a Gartley. How about the entire chart? Nice trend, though. Never been here before. I haven't even popped out my chat yet. Sorry. Now we're gonna look at the laser employee, laser faces. We're just now getting into this request. So he was like, "It's a Gartley." I'd say, "I don't know about that. I think it'd be more of a bat." And I would have really, if you really cared about like key levels and strategizing, it would have been a way better target down here at 4 to 463. That would have been the best. That's like just a major inflection zone. It'd have been so simple to size it up down there. And I think from the low to high, you'd have got an 886. Like if you were going to anchor for an M shape, I wouldn't anchor that. I would anchor down here, and I would say, my God, can we please get an 886 that is confluent with the key support? Like that's what a dream would be. That would be a dream down there. Okay, whatever the rally, news-driven out, and they take it lower, and then you rally, and then you get something like this. That would be insanely strong. That would be what you look for. You want an asset to complete an M shape with no controversy. You want the pattern to complete at levels of liquidity from December of last year. And then you would want a confirmation low that is maybe testing the inflection zone a little bit more favorably, like that slightly higher low. That's what I would want. If I was sizing up an asset looking for it, I would want that. But you can't really do that. Like you're looking at an asset that again is up 25% on the day, and how are you able to really strategize there? How would you even know? There must have been a news-driven catalyst. It exercised its option to acquire Q Perfect. See, news-driven catalyst, random, right? What is today's big move? What'd they do? It was oh my God, dude. That's what it is, man. The BTQ slot machine. Jackpot. Random news. Okay, but again, if we're not caring about that, we care about sizing up an asset for favorable trade setup stuff, what I just showed you. So thanks again. Thanks for the over 600 people tuned in. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thank you for being here. Hello group in China. Oh, that's a key level. That is a key level. Yeah, this one put in that M shape a long time ago, and possibly the type 2 returns already occurred in April. And now they're trying to regard this old resistance from 2022, 2023 as support. Goodness, some really nice bullish convergence and local classic bullish divergence. I do like it. A 671 could be a good level here to try to strategize. I mean, you do have like, it's probably just a nice little channel here. Yeah, 671. If they're trying to successfully defend
Can
the
we
level.
look at this stock again? FIP 3-day or weekly?
Well, Luigi. Yeah, we'll look at FIP. Thank you, dude. On 3-day or weekly or both. Thank you, man. So you're diverging down here. Your trend has virtually reversed, right? You're making higher highs, higher lows. You've quite possibly completed the pattern, you know, 1 and 2 here. So, yeah, someone could set a stop loss below 670 or something and let it ride. I mean, I know there's a gap fill at 629, but again, that might be a place where someone could give it a shot if they wanted to. Yeah, sure thing. Your target would probably be 983. 983 is right here, swing lows from 2015, 2016. Yeah, not bad, man. Actually interesting. I wonder if it looks better on the weekly or worse, whatever. Yeah, dude, that's something else, isn't it? Oh, man. Right around that 200 moving average. Just bullish convergence on the oscillators. It looks good, man. It actually looks really good down here. This is what, get chat. And they could do this even. They could even take it lower and put in another. And then all of a sudden, it's an Alibaba Junior. Where it's, oh, look, chat, the classic accumulation structure after the M shape, after crashing. I mean, what will be different, chat, from this? Burn that in your mind. To this. Not really any difference, dude. Like, none. 1, 2, 3. They're not pictured, but they're all there. You can go to the daily. I'll show you. They're there. There's no difference. Momo and Baba, whether it reverses here right now or goes a little lower, as long as it makes a higher low, it would be putting in that classic accumulation structure. The third valley, wherever it concludes, pay attention to that. So you're in good shape, but it still might take some more time. It might have to go a little lower. But for now, that correlation to the support resistance is good. They're not letting it fall, and they've been holding on to that for a while. So, okay. I don't know if that is helpful, but decent request. I mean, Chase, if you're still out there, man, okay. But Chainlink, we're linking chains, dude. We're Marines. We're the Link Marines. I mean, you're in that situation where if a relief rally occurs, an exhaustion rally occurs, you just cannot be surprised. Can't be surprised if it keeps dumping too, because it's scam crypto. Terrible trend, right? You're in a bad trend right now. The trend is not your friend in crypto if you're a bull. It's just not. And you can't make it be that way. Price action over time would have to make it that way. All right, so exhaustion. More of the low bearish back test of key level, selling off to a slightly lower low, but while they're hitting the next support, they're showing the exhaustion, quite possibly on both oscillators, if not just the MACD histogram. You did bullish engulfing at a key level where we've seen reversals before. Many different, you know, they hold this level and they rally it. I mean, there are a lot of them on Link. Link has so many support resistances. It's reversed like every $5, just about. Throughout its history, yeah, it's awful for that. Like, there's no wide open spaces, straight up and down, 50%. Some of the altcoins have that. This one just doesn't. So yeah, I mean, you're at a point where exhaustion could very well be maturing, whatever you want to say. I mean, the divergence is definitely there, but it's not as strong as accumulation. You don't have that because you just put in the lowest low of the downtrend. So keep that in mind. Like, it's not a great place to be like fresh short selling. Like, that's kind of stupid to be taking shorts at a support with potential bullish divergence. If you're playing a numbers game, you'll probably lose. Playing 100 hands, right? Shorting support with seller exhaustion possibly being applied here. But anyway, the trend is on your side if you're a seller. Like, it's just terrible trend. Okay. That was your Chainlink. Exhaustion, like exhaustion exists on Ethereum, Solana. They're all at supports. Wow. They bounce a little bit. Okay. But hard to trust anything because the trend is not your friend. Fizzle, and then Laserface wants IPGP. IPGP. IPG Photonics Corporation. All right. Oof. I've been here before for a little bit, I guess. My God, man, we gotta go to the weekly on this. Oof. Not a good trend, man. Not a good trend at all, actually. Momentum in the hands of the sellers by far. Lower highs, lower lows consistently. And we're talking for years. Sellers been in control of this asset. You had a relief rally or the most discernible events. Lowest low, lowest high. Bearish back test virtually of the 200-week simple moving average. This is not what a chart looks like that you want along. There is no evidence of somebody with a tremendous amount of money or an institution or a blend of people that are rich longing an asset. There is no one here conducting a buying campaign. And when you see that, there's just really no reason or point to own the asset because they're not doing it. Why would you? In fact, this is terrible. Like the old swing high, you got to go all the way back to 2011, that swing high reversal, also in 2013, and then they flipped it to support and showed classic. This is what I'm talking about. This is the type of price action you're looking for to be able to identify when someone with a lot of money is going long. An old resistance flips to, they violate it, right? They already begin to uptrend, right? Higher highs, higher lows. Then they break that resistance. Then they pull it back, the throwback. Oh no, they're losing the level, but then they recapture, and then they lose it again, a slightly higher low, and then a higher high, and then a perfect back test. Then you have that classic accumulation signature and what could already be established as an uptrend, and look at that run you got. You're looking for stuff like that on any chart always. Resistance slips to support, you're already throwing consecutive higher highs, higher lows, and then the local structure that we know that's been studied and researched presents itself. And it's so easy to manage your risk in the situation, 2016, all right? So in this situation, you just lost that level. Are you kidding me? That's so bad, bro. And in fact, they're like confirming. Here's one high, the lowest high, and here's the same high. They're confirming less than before. There are less market participants in October of this year than there even was in July of last year, than there was in January last year, July 2023, January 2020. Do you see what I'm saying? You're just downtrending. You're only doing more of the same, confirming you're screwed, confirming the trend is bearish. You're breaking key levels. There is just, unfortunately, nothing to talk about on this besides you lost 78.53. You might be really screwed. You might be going to test at least $62, probably $48. This downtrend could continue for a long time, man. That's all I got. I'm sorry it's so bad like that. But yeah, dude, in the downtrend, they finally maybe broke I don't even know. Did they break a resistance? It doesn't matter. You're looking for this to long. Not what we're looking at now. This is terrible. All right, that's all I can give you on this one, man. Trend analysis is very important. Bitcoin new low of day. It's down $471. Okay, sorry that you worked there, dude. Laserface. You just started working there. Well, tell your CEO to do something. Tell the devs to do something because you got an inside track to them before it gets much worse. Okay, see, Gomi wants to see. No, that was just he went XAU to BTC, but I mean, I'll look at that specifically for you. Yeah, I mean, of course, this is crazy. I mean, gold's paired against Bitcoin. Remember, the denominator's Bitcoin. So this implies, this is very much implying that gold will continue to outperform the living crap out of Bitcoin. Flip it over. This is Bitcoin paired against gold. Not good, man. Not good. There's just so much upside. There's no straight down. Okay, let me flip it. Straight down and up and down and up and straight down. Oh, really? You're recapturing that liquidity zone? Oh, well, then history could repeat itself and it would just be straight up. Back to 0.0, whatever, the numbers. Okay, but the target, technically, after an event like this, would be to this resistance here from 2021. Minimum. That's ominous. That's not a great thing. You don't really want to see that. It's just implying gold will outperform Bitcoin more and longer. So that was Vargomi. Okay, sorry, dude. Ooh, my NASDAQ futures alert went off. I don't know what that means. We just kind of selling off. Yeah, new, okay, going red, chat. I mean, nothing good up here. And we looked at the weekly. Microsoft, you break that support. You're below 183 on NVIDIA. Market drivers, not looking great. Great-ish. Bearish divergence on the weekly on NVIDIA. I hope it pivots soon. Otherwise, we're screwed. And if it does, even the problem is at this point, because they put in the lower high, even if they did rally it, it could very well be just another lower high. And at that point, time to buy puts. If you did rally just randomly tomorrow and we got a lower high, I might buy a put myself just to participate. If I got some sort of 886 lower high in the previous local high, yeah, I might be buying puts. Not much, just for fun. Just, I don't, you know, buying shorts or buying puts and being short.
Carl
Tricky.
tipped $25. Hey Mitch,
Got
can we look
destroyed,
at
didn't it?
$PLG? Looks
After
to be
hours?
testing a key historic SR zone. Potential for third higher low on weekly.
We'll look at Plug, man. I don't know if it reported earnings or something, but I saw someone say it got completely eviscerated. So, yeah, dude, we will take Ganda. Kyle, thank you, dude. Oh, did my music stop or something? Hold on. Oh, 1 sec, sorry. Trying to get situated. Where was I going next? It was gonna be Dutch Bros for Laserface. He wanted to see another asset. The Dutch Bros. Hope you're having a good evening. Well, remember how it kind of all started way back in 2024. I know Brad made a lot of money on this one. It was because of that 3 rising valleys and then confirmation low, $28. It's over now. Dutch Bros is done, son. Done, son. Trend has reversed. Distribution put in below the 200 moving average. There's nothing to do but to be short on this asset. To own puts on this. Your target, 38.50. This is done. The trend has reversed. You're in a downtrend. Such a lack of demand that the bros, the Dutch Bros, couldn't even test 61.95 from 2021. Couldn't even come close to 200. You've confirmed now how screwed you are. I mean, first time, hey, no one knows, man. Hey, they could just keep running this thing higher. You sell up, then they run it up. And are you kidding me? That's, yeah, confirmed way less than before from even September. Consumer discretionary. It's over. Sorry, I don't know. Sometimes this happens. Might have to do something. Just give me a sec. God dang it, man. Come on, do it again. Bro. I think it might be my mobile. I have my other computer with like 1,000 charts going right now too. So, oh my God. Yeah, below 54.21, there's no argument to be made for a buyer. I mean, the target, you have 25% downside on Dutch Bros. That's it. 25%. I would wait for that. There's nothing else to do. You're either short or you don't own it. I wish I had better things to say about it, but it's terrible. But it had such a good run, man. Dude, it was so awesome down here. It was amazing. Dude, in fact, it was like almost a shark. 886. Are you kidding me? Like, it was such a good looking setup. You had the shark with the three rising valleys, and then they even throwed back to confirm, you know. I was like, oh, one more time, and then it went, and it's over now. Whoever was playing that, they're done. They're nowhere to be found. They've offloaded their position. This thing's going lower probably. Anyway, set up your alerts. Let's hear it. The beeps below 50. What's up, Risk It? What'd you say? The age of disclosure. Thanks for giving movie. Giving movie? You're talking about aliens outside or something? I'll talk about aliens all day, dude. I mean, extraterrestrial life and all that. That's a subject matter. Space, outer space. I love that. Exoplanets. Dude. Yeah, but don't get me started. Because we got charts to look at. Thanks, Laserface. Sorry, dude. Is it coupled handle? Mother of God, it's not coupled handle. It is concluded campaign and needs to full-on reset. And you wait for 38.55 or do nothing. Even when it gets to 38.55, then a structure has to develop that would signify accumulation or momentum shift or something. Anyway. Next request is FIP for Waluigi. FTI Infrastructure. Interesting. Kind of. I mean, they're trying to confirm a support here. Like, it's all dependent on what they do. Like, the problem is they did take it. It was the lowest daily candle close confirmed since September 9th. You would want to start seeing favorable price action occur here. You want to see them recapture 425 real quick. You don't want the macro to collapse, roll over. Otherwise, you're going to be seeing 376 real fast, which might be a stronger support to be real. But yeah, I get why you might be intrigued to look at this. But anything below 425, given enough time, you're targeting for 379. So that's like from where it is right now. I mean, you might be looking at another 10% downside. See, the problem is it's like a sneeze almost, like a shark almost, and they can't even. The 886 would be better anyway. 376 would be a better target. That deep retrace, there's no controversy. There was divergence, and you did rally, but the rally was pathetic. And now you're right back at it for a retest, and negative momentum's just continuing to build. No local divergence or anything. I just sit and wait, but definitely want to have on the watch list to monitor to see if you start catching some bids above this level, some good candles, and then all of a sudden it might be some sort of double bottom at this old high from 2022. But if they can't recapture that, and the macro rolls over or whatever, right? Microsoft breaks that support, NVIDIA's bearish divergence of the weekly starts playing out, and you actually dump, well, then you know it's 376 on deck. So yeah, definitely want to monitor right here and at 376. So thank you, dude. Yeah, it's been kind of rough. That lower high than this high, below the 200-day moving average, kind of bad. Yeah. I don't know if I would take action on it yet. I would wait a little bit. Take it day by day. All right, Carl wanted PLG. We'll do it. It was pumping, dude. And then something happened. Or was I mistaken? Pretty sure it just got destroyed. Yeah, it got destroyed. Yep. Round tripped, didn't it? What did you say, though? You said, looks to be testing historic support resistance. Yeah, after hours. Potential third higher low on the weekly. Yeah, currently trading at $1.69 right here. It did get wrecked on earnings. It has nearly round tripped from when we were looking at it, and it was interesting from September 9th. The old support resistance was confirmed as support after being recaptured, and then it ran. It ran, my God, man, like 200% in less than a month, and nearly hit what would be a target area anyway. And then they rugged it after. Sometimes it happens like that, man. This is why profit taking is so important, because you just don't know. I mean, that was legit TA respect. They broke 271. What did they do? They took it straight up to like the next level. And that's exactly where it reversed. They've done this so many times historically. So now maybe they put in a higher low. It's going to gap down. If they keep dumping it, you're looking for 136, 146 again.
Politely, PLG, Platinum Group Metals.
Oh my God, dude, my bad. Holy crap. Sorry. PLG, though, we know that one was looking real good, right? PLG. Yep. Had been looking good. Still good. Yeah, you're right. It is. That support resistance of 198. You're at 196 right now. Yeah, dude. Even if they don't hold it, it's still fine until it falls below like 140. I don't think there's really much of an edge on the daily. A lot of negative momentum. We got earnings. When's earnings, dude? It's not showing me anything. I guess it's November 9th. Dude, like, earnings is like tomorrow. Did you know that? Earnings is tomorrow, bro? Why is this staying? What the heck? All right. Yeah, so flip your coins on what's going to happen on PLG on earnings, but let's say there's no earnings. I mean, like, yeah, certainly 196, 198, it's a big deal. I mean, that is for 8 years, man. They hold it straight back to 281 and then a higher high to 351. They break that, then you're looking in the fives. So the trend has, in a way, reversed, but make a break tomorrow. I think you just look at platinum, same chart. My bad. I don't even know, Carl, why I thought you said plug for some reason. Yeah, I thought maybe it was just because of we looked at it before and it dumped on earnings today, and then who knows if Platinum Group's gonna have that same fate tomorrow or not. But yeah. So we've been live now an hour and 25 minutes. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit the like button, the bell, and sub. Okay, 100% crowdsourced community. No monetization on YouTube. Every live stream, there are no ads. Even if you're using free YouTube, no ads. No affiliate marketing links shoved down your throat at all. No sponsorships. You are the sponsor, each and every one of you. So without your likes, love, support, contributions, nothing. And that was voluntary. Chose that path a long time ago. So, yeah. Y'all don't know, the VIX had a huge spike. It's the highest spike since October 16th. Not that crazy, but it was up over 10%. And yeah, that's... I wonder if that's going to continue or not. If we're just going to pull back. It will definitely be spiking if Microsoft breaks that neckline of the potential double top and Nvidia's bearish divergence on the weekly plays out. You know this thing going 30s, but hasn't happened yet. So maybe we're safe for now. All right, back to Bitcoin. We hadn't been here all stream, and look at you now. The daily, immediate sell-off to begin the day in Asia, down 640 points, but Again, this is definitely a level where there's liquidity. Historically, that's been the case. They've told us so many times, showed us. So to just lose it like we were doing last night was irregular. That would have been like, if they do lose, if you go and test supports that are this strong historically, and you just lose them and begin to mark down immediately to the next supports, you call that actual capitulation. So the fact they lost it and then they rallied, that's pretty normal. Like scaring people out of positions, whatever. And this is where some chop begins. I mean, I'd imagine there's going to be a big battle here. There's probably going to be enough demand here to keep the price propped above this level for at least a little while. And that's it. So the trend's not good right now. You're at lower highs, lower lows. If your trend's not good, that means the sellers have control of the momentum, and Bitcoin and all of crypto is a momentum driven asset class. So not in good shape. The argument of today is confirmed downtrends. They've been in downtrends, the cryptos especially, but they are at these like levels, these Fibonacci extensions, and they're confluent with support resistances from history, and there might be evidence of some daily bullish divergence going on. So you might have a very, very short-term bottom, maybe. But remember, even with all that, you're looking at that, trying to make some sort of argument at support. If you're in a downtrend, everything that is bullish could be lacking in reliability. And if it turns out to be reliable, right, say they do rally, the performance is typically going to be bad. So any rally you think, cut it in half, man. So that's where we're at in the crypto sphere. Equities, there was, it was a lower day. It was a 5-week lows on the index funds. So let's see if they can somehow turn things around, because if they don't, even if they do turn things around, you better not make a lower high than the previous high on the index funds. Otherwise, that's classic distribution, and that's where I might buy a put for fun, for memes. And the gold paired against Bitcoin chart implies that gold will continue to outperform Bitcoin, unfortunately. Silver, 16,000 day large cup with Hendelman, stemming back to 1980, that technically broke out, and they're trying to hold the breakout. I mean, silver target would be like the 70s, $73 an ounce or something for the log scale, 1272 fib extension. So yeah, all kinds of stuff going on, man. So it's been a good stream, but I gotta eat some dinner now. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Till then, respect the T. A.